Okay, so we've watched the video once and you've written down what you think you, is going on in the story. We've checked for some vocabulary. Now, I want to watch it one more time or another time. This time, you're going to watch specifically for misunderstandings. Okay? So, anytime somebody gets confused between two speakers because they don't understand what they're saying to each other, I want you to kind of note that, think about that, and watch it. If you want to quickly write down a couple of words, you can. Otherwise, you can wait to the end and write one or two that you saw down. Okay? So here's the video. It's about 6 minutes long. Here it goes. Okay. Now, Senya, do you want to share one of yours that you saw? I saw that you wrote some stuff down. Yep, that's one. They think that Hector lives in a museum, and Hector says, yes, he lives in a museum. Do you think he really understands what museum is? Probably not. Okay, good. Okay, Carla, what do you want to share? Ah, yes, you have. They think that he plays with toy cars because he has a picture of a bunch of cars all together. Does Hector think he plays with toy cars? He hears them say toy cars, so he says toy cars, but maybe the cars are real. Seems strange that he would play with toy cars. Okay, great. Now, turn to a partner. Everybody turn to somebody right next to you and share any misunderstandings you've seen. Those are good, guys. You really did a great job. I heard several of them. Excellent. All right. Now, we're going to, did you notice? Let me go back to the video for just a second, and I'm going to play this part once again. This is the part where Bridget says she's going to go get fish and chips. And what does Hector hear? I heard somebody say this in their misunderstandings. What does Hector hear? He hears ships, and so he points out to the water, thinking that she's talking about boats. But in Britain, chips is what they call French fries, potatoes. So she's saying chips, and Hector is thinking ships. Let me write these on the board. Do you see the difference? Yep, it's just one letter difference, but the sound is different. Chips and ships. Now, what do they mean? Okay, chips is the potatoes, and ships is a boat. And so when Bridget says, I'm going to go get fish and chips, Hector thinks she's going to go get fish and boats to eat. So that's definitely a misunderstanding. That is how important pronunciation is. Just by pronouncing chips as ships, you change the whole meaning of the word. That's why you need to be careful with that. Now, we're going to watch the video one more time. This time, I'm turning the sound all the way down. You're not going to be able to hear them at all. I want you to watch them talking, and I want you to jot down any body language they use. Arms folded, eyes rolling. Remember this one? And anytime you see body language, kind of like what I'm doing now, you need to make note of it. And you're going to write down at least two of them, so you can write if you want to during. Now, go ahead and watch. Okay, great. Now, this time before we share, I want you to turn to a different partner and share one thing that you saw in body language, and then they will share one thing that they saw in body language. All right? That was fantastic. I heard both partners talking, and I saw you doing your body language. So, I know that you were very engaged in that. Good job. Okay. Now, let's talk about the body language and how it affects the meaning. What body language did you see that goes with what words? What does it mean when they do some of those things? Okay. All right, Yamilkar? Yes. So when Bridget leaned back and did this, what was she saying about Hector? Her words were saying one thing, but her body was talking to Annie and saying, oh, yes. But she was really saying, this guy's crazy, right? Good. All right. Now what I want you to do is I want you to look at your original summary that we did before, right? Well, right after we watched the first one, you wrote down what you thought this was about. Now I want you to go back and change it if you think you need to change it. Go look at your summary and fix anything based on the several times we've seen it and talked about it. What's different? What do you understand about this story now? I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay, now I'll take up your paper. I want to see what you wrote. Great. Pass those up to me. Thank you. Thank you, Emmy. Now, you're going to work with, you're going to write in your world, you're going to write, I'm going to have you work with a partner in this case. You're going to write a short dialogue between two friends who are trying to decide where to go to dinner. A dialogue is a conversation. Di means two, okay? A dialogue is a conversation between two people. So you're just going to write a script about two friends who are trying to decide where to go to dinner, and maybe they're not agreeing. And here's an example. I wrote it up on the wall so you can see where I have my brackets and where it says Jody's going to speak, and then it says in the brackets, rolling eyes and folding up arms across the body. So here's Jody. You always want to go eat barbecue. I am so tired of nothing but meat. And then Carla's going to talk, and it says in brackets that she throws up both her hands, and then later it says she folds her arms. So it looks like this. I can't help it if I'm a carnivore at heart. Where do you think we should go? And don't say vegetarian. Okay, so you're going to write a script, and then you're going to practice saying it, you and your partner, back and forth, until you've got all the body language and the words down right. For your assessment, you're going to take your phone and you're going to record you're going to get your piece recorded. I can help record, and and Bridget can help record. We've got two of us here who can record for you. So practice, and then you're going to record it, and we're going to watch them in class tomorrow and talk about them. Great, let's get to it.